from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, Rondale Moore will bring it out. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He will find the rookie from Purdue. That's Rondale Moore. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Murray to Moore, first down, Arizona. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Murray. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, you could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Shotgun now for Murray. And right side, Henry's got it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
2nd and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 31. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with the new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They go bootleg. Love. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Jones. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They hand off to their big tight end. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. They'll try and run it in with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They go for it on 4th and goal, but then lines up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Cardinal defense comes up with a goal line stand. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6.
Well, Charles, you talk about this offense in this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, you know, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage.
All right, rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the...
Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one, 28 yards on the ground. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Love going to give this one to Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Love. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Being chased out left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
If they're going to get a 1st down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
On 3rd and 1, Love to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
1st down, going to the air with Love. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, they'll try the jet sweep here with Lazard. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Love from the gun.
to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Robert Tonyan, the intended target.
And now it's third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
On third down, Love.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. The kick by Crosby is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Flush to his right. Murray fighting, lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short.
Here's Murray. He finds Hopkins complete. A beautiful fake. And shutting him off. Now open field. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On the counter, Hunt. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Green. Easy. Watch the safety creek.
They run the counter. Hunt. He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action. Now it's Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Prater for the extra point. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. After the turnover, here's Murray. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. Open man, the tight end, Henry. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Murray now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him 9 yards there on what will be the final play of this 1st half. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Love. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, Love to throw. Buying time to his left. This one brought in by Sternberger. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another 1st down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Love. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Budda Baker with a pick. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Extra point good by Prater, and the lead is up to 8. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Love forced out to his left. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Love, they go play action now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Another try after the 1st down sack. Love, throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Returning it is Moore. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. A carry here for Hunt. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Cardinals. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Man open, here is Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble at second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
To throw again on second down, Murray. This one caught by Isabella. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
3 yards the gain there, second down. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second and 7. To throw now. Here's Love. Making the catch is Sternberger. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Working out of the gun. Love. Underneath here to Hill. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone, and get...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
The Packers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Love. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Buda Baker with a pick. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Touchdown, Cardinals!
Rondale Moore.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Cards are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
To the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. Throwing. Love. He's going to float this over the middle. Deep. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
The Packers keeping the offense out there now as they'll go for 2.
Love throwing for it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up down at the 2. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45.
113 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. This is Hunt. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.